Okie dokie art a chokey. What is up, G Spotters? Welcome to another Sunday edition of Courtney G Spot, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the Midwest. We're running live. Are we here? We're live. It says we're live, but why is it not popping up on the screen? What is going on? Are we playing? I think we're playing, but whatever. We're here. We're with you. We're with whoever's in the audience. We're going to be here again and again in the future. We're trying to prove some points to ourselves, to each other, to the world, and we're going to do better, and we're going to keep improving. So we're here with you guys. What do you want to talk about tonight? Make sure you like, subscribe, and get part of the conversation. When we go live, if you get the little bell thingy on, you can join us because we engage in our audience. If you've been here before, you can see this is what we enjoy doing. And I keep saying we. Why do I say we? Because I got my cohort in the background over here. DC's running the mic, running the PC, making sure our stream is flowing. Are we good? I think we're good.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at that mic you said, or the mic, the camera you
said
just a second ago.
We need to get better tech up in here. Yeah, we are live.
It says we're live. I see your face. It's all pretty and crisp, and I hear myself. So here's the issue. So I clipped that. First and foremost, what's going on?
You're going straight into it.
I was like, always went straight into it. I know my introduction is not as important as this man's, but I'm here. How you doing? I hope you had a good week. First and foremost, I don't know his name. I don't know anything about much of anything. So
you talking about cameras?
No, I'm talking about OG that was here just a second ago.
Slim J. There's no real name in there.
Anyway, right. No, just okay. But anyways, just to bring this point up, because he came in with heavy emotions.
Yeah.
My man just lost his cousin.
32, 34 years old. And his grandma, who had a stroke in the past few months, and she passed away sometime either yesterday or today, he found out today. And he lost his big cousin, which is like 32 or 34, from a heart attack based upon some stress he was going through in life, yada, yada, yada. I even asked him, did he have prior health problems? He said he liked to drink, but, still 32, 34, that's, unless you're drinking
let me bring up a personal situation. My brother, big on the health stuff, religious, all the stuff, just like straightforward person. Friggin' had a massive heart attack and died for like 45 minutes. And thank God, he's completely fine.
That's what they said. And they came back. They took him to the hospital. They had a stroke at the hospital.
Yeah.
No. Seizure.
Seizure, yeah.
At the hospital.
Oh
my gosh. I thought you bring it
wild. But anyways,
45 minutes.
The whole point of this is, I know I say at the end of the show to live it fully every day, but I feel like it is more important today to say it right now. To not forget to live it fully every day.
Everything we were just talking about.
My man's cousin was given a tattoo, and
probably
more worried because he told us the situation, and I can understand how your stress level would be pretty high in that situation.
I get it.
But sit there and have a freaking heart attack while you're doing something I assume that
at 32.
At 32,
dude, you're not a 50 or 60-year-old man.
No, my brother was up lower 50s, I think.
That's still young.
Upper 40s, lower 50s. Again, took care of himself.
That's crazy. Everything we were talking before the show. Again, we'll flip it at the front because we mentioned at the end a few weeks ago. But the earthquake in Turkey. Okay, and we can transition to this. I know we said we were going to start into crypto, but we'll get into that. Stick with us. Cancel my. This is why we go live because we'll talk about anything. You want to bring in a topic and interject.
Authentic. Don't get no more authentic than this.
But what happened? What else did he tell us? What was that crazy shit that he fucking told us when he came in? Yup.
The Brazil freaking. Okay, so he's like, did you see the parade in Brazil about them worshiping the devil and mocking Jesus?
A parade?
And I was like, there's no way.
A full-on parade?
A full-on parade.
Not like a group of people at a convention. Hail Satan. None of that. Not like
Jesus! Can you even say that on YouTube
party
right?
We're not monetized. Yeah, we can say that.
We can
cancel me.
Oh yeah, hey, I guess the title of the show.
Cancel me! I dare you, sons of bitches.
Let's go ahead and just show them.
Let's show this.
We got this video that shows a good.
We're gonna share the screen here.
Going on.
We don't need to hear anything, but we can talk. But we're gonna share this right here. Brazil flooded for mocking God. 2023. This happened, I don't even know what day.
I'll
we'll get
look
to
that
that.
up while you're doing that.
Okay.
But,
So we'll just go into this. This is so we were talking about this kind of before. I don't even know if I've ever seen a Jesus parade. Like they've had Easter parades, they've had Christmas parades.
I guess that's religious. I said I've never seen a religious parade.
That'd be the closest ones. Okay, Easter parade. But even then, there's a bunny rabbit, some chickens, and some chocolate eggs and stuff, and kids are throwing candy. And even they've had Krampus, they've had Russian this and German that and this, but this
never a straight up parade worshiping the devil. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
And this isn't a Halloween thing.
No, this isn't.
They're making a giant. They can see this, right?
I hope so.
They're making a giant devil. That's good. Like the detail on this.
Yeah, like they really went all out.
The
they
detail
really
on
did.
this.
This isn't knocking door to door like.
And then.
Yeah. So then he told us about this. So lightning strikes the statue. Personally, if you know anything about the statue, yes, I know it probably gets struck by lightning a lot. And then, realistic people are going to say, oh, well, the flood afterward was just a really inconveniently timed situation.
So all of this was extremely, and then it just leads into this.
I feel like it's, and as I said before the show, I'm not a religious person by any means necessarily. But I have seen some things that definitely cannot be explained by any type of explanation of any type of belief you have.
So this sequence of events that has happened has very strong evidence. If you're in a court of law defending Jesus, there's a line of things your attorney might use in giving evidence to. And I'm pointing that direction because that's the side of the screen it was on. But
right. I stopped it because it's going to go into that second part that I don't care about.
Again, there was a parade in Brazil celebrating the devil or whatever, mocking Jesus. Within a few days, the lightning struck the giant statue of
Not within
Jesus.
a few days, within like 24 hours.
Was it?
It was the next day.
And then there was the flood that is causing landslides and things of that nature.
And now I know, again, the religious people are automatically going to say, that's what you get for messing with Jesus.
That's what you get for
I'm going to say that that's what you get for putting negativity out into the universe.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it was Jesus. You can say that the universe is Jesus. We were actually discussing this.
Because the flip side of the coin
is like, how much control does Jesus really have?
God.
How much control does God really have? Now, the religious people, again, are going to be like, he's all powerful. But is he? I'm not saying that he can't do the things he does, but to what capacity?
Maybe because of our brain, we cannot wrap our head around the level in which he does have control. So we put it as all knowing and all everything.
Right.
And only at this point in our human history can our brains start to wrap around. Maybe he just kind of lets things go because he doesn't have. And again, like you were just saying, we're not questioning.
The
level of.
He has the power.
Yes. Way more than us it will ever have.
Right.
But because
how much can he really do?
On the other side of the planet, we just read again, and we're up to over 50,000 people in Turkey have been counted for dead from the earthquake within the past month. Wasn't a month ago now. Those people didn't have a parade.
Right.
Those people did not go out in the streets and mock Jesus. Those people didn't. They were just babies and moms and dads sitting in their homes, bathing and eating their turkey. In Turkey, I don't know what Turkeyans eat. Turkey. Ham. Maybe they eat ham. I don't know. But they weren't doing that shit.
I think Turkish food has been said to be really good.
Right. And those, if you notice, the people in these videos, they said dozens died, not 50,000. So these people mock Jesus, and a few dozen lose their lives. A few dozen lose their lives within a 200-mile radius of most people. Those people didn't celebrate a parade on the other side of the planet, and yet we are at over 50,000. What is that? How do we? What is this pattern we're seeing? It doesn't make sense to me. What are we questioning? I don't know.
Now, not only that. He is a person I mean, well, not a person, but he is
Jesus was.
in the sake of
God's not.
So
God
is
never came to Earth.
Is he a power? Is he a giant terrestrial being? Is he?
Maybe it's just an energy.
Yeah, is he just an energy? But still, how many people exist on the planet? So is it possible that things are going to slip by?
Billion, yeah.
Like, while he's trying to make sure.
Like, you can't catch every phone call on a
right.
If you're customer service
yeah.
for 100,000 people.
Yeah, you can't get every phone call.
So 7 billion people whining about their day. So you think he's
not even. Let's take the whining out of it. Let's just say, oh man, I really wish I could find some extra money to pay for my car. Screw those people. Let's talk about the people that not necessarily deserve it, but let's go ER status here. Level of criticality. So the kids with deadly illnesses and stuff like that. So how many of those exist? So say he goes ahead and wipes the board with all those. Cured. Done. Is that a quarter of his power? 10 times his power?
Does he have to recharge?
Yeah. Does he have to sit down for a month? Then has he just cured umpteen thousands of kids from a deadly disease that would
Can he?
Can he?
Are things maybe
now he has done miracles. Now I was actually speaking of that. So in hearing what my brother died for 45 minutes. You just shifted the camera a little bit.
I shifted quite a bit, didn't I?
But yeah, so dead for 45 minutes and zero complications from that.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
None. So is that a miracle or is it just a coincidence because he has taken such good care of himself that he put himself in a position to be able to do such a thing?
Other side of the coin, T-Ray, that Asian dude who was in his early 30s, worked out, healthy, regiment, twice a day worked out, did this, got corona and died.
T-Ray.
Not T-Ray, his friend.
Oh, okay.
His associate.
Okay. I was about to say, no!
This guy was built, ripped, go to the gym 2 times a day, healthy.
Okay, but maybe in a way he was overexerted already?
Maybe.
Maybe his body didn't have the power.
What did he just say?
Even though he was physically strong, maybe his interior system wasn't all that great.
Slim J, 32, 34, cousin, heart attack, stressed, got it. I understand. I really do understand stress. You can feel it when your body stresses. My heart sometimes can pump too hard, or your palms will get sweaty. That's a natural reaction.
I used to get so angry about things, and I could tell, I could feel it. Just my body's just bro, this does not feel good. I don't like being at this level of anxiety.
Nope.
And so over time, I have taught myself to not get so worked up. And not necessarily let things go, but deal with it in a very different way.
Which is really funny you say that because just 15 minutes before the show, my neighbor, before you showed up, my neighbor over here, younger guy, he's probably 22, 23, just moved in. He was sitting out on his porch, I opened the door to go throw my trash away. He goes, man, can I ask you an adult question? He's done this to me before. He said, how do you deal with the day-to-day things and people that annoy the crap out of you? And I said, by realizing that there are things way worse than my situation. And probably those people that are giving me crap are one of those individuals that has a worse situation than I do. Because that's a bully in a sense that they generally project. If they're trying to make you feel like crap, if that's just their goal and what it seems when you talk to somebody, there's a pretty good chance they feel like crap, and they need to bring other people down so they can feel better about themselves. Now, not everybody, and as we get into adults, that's not necessarily how the world works, but you know these negative people that just, when you ask them, hey, how you doing? The average person, 75% of the population said, I'm cool, how are you? Oh, I'm good, what's going on? But then there's those 25%. They're like, oh man, my girlfriend da-da-da-da, and my cat da-do-ka-boo, and my mom's whoop-de-woo. It's like, my God, man.
Which now, what we're not saying
is
it's not okay to voice your like homie
Absolutely.
Bro
No.
who came in and told us a story. He again said,
But
"Hey man, how you doing?" And he answered honestly. He's like, "Man,
that's
not
some
too good."
deep shit.
Yeah,
That's not
like,
I got a flat tire.
Yeah, that's not my cat
my-
peed in my shoe.
My
and now I'm
PlayStation
gonna
controller
go
broke. Like
yell at the freaking customer service lady because
the coffee was 15 minutes late this morning. I was late to work because of this. That's white people problems. Like,
so
that's
yeah, I had to weave through traffic. It almost caused 3 accidents.
This
because-
bitch was talking about me at the wine cooler or whatever. You know, like that's the white people problem. That's what I put in that category. A death, 2 deaths in the family within 24 hours. That's pretty ultimately big. That's big. That's enough to voice your opinion. That's heavy. And sometimes
Right.
when shit gets heavy, you got to get it out before you get squished.
Yeah,
Because if you,
and I mean that's pretty rough, man. Like especially like I don't know how close him and his cousin were, but some people are really really close with their cousin.
because in a lot of families, that's brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
You grow up.
So
with those
I mean to lose that, and then not to bring race into this or anything, but the person in general, obviously Slim J, is African American, and we are usually pretty close to our aunts. So to have something like that happen to your cousin, who could be probably considered your brother, and then something happen to your aunt, who is basically as good as your mom in that culture, is grandma. Oh, even closer.
Yeah, even culture.
Even
Grandma.
closer, like grandmas in African American
and-
culture,
oh,
man,
yeah.
they might as well be the queen of England, dude.
Yeah.
So
That's it. In fact, I saw a video one time about what's wrong with this picture, and it was just showing pictures of the block. When I said the block, you guys, if you really, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
They're showing the block, and he's like, "What's wrong with this? There are no grandmas on the porches anymore. There's no grandmas out guarding the porches," and that was a thing. And even in my neighborhood, as pale as I am, it wasn't necessarily a grandma thing, but there was a dad or a mom outside on the porch, or a window shot away from a whistle at all times, 2 or 3 houses up in any direction on the street. But that was, again, that's how it was. So you got close with these people, grandmas, cousins, nephews, neighbors, because of these situations. Yes, with these cousins.
I was gonna say, so in that scenario, I would say in modern day, I don't think that's just a negative downturn of, well, it is a negative downturn of society,
Yeah.
but it's based on the overall rules of life. Like you can't afford to be hanging out outside anymore because you've got to get this done or get that done, or work that second job or that third job.
That's
Man,
yeah.
hey, pause for a second, just to have this on record somewhere, anywhere. Anybody that works multiple jobs, like, man, you might as well be bringing people back from the dead, because I don't understand how you do it.
I mathematically tried to figure that one out. I went to school, worked a job, and that was dead enough.
Oh man, I worked with this dude that worked 3 jobs.
3?
And yeah, 3. 2 full-time, 1 part-time. And like, dude he'd come to work constantly late, but that's because he fell asleep in the parking lot in his last job before he was coming to this one.
What was he working towards?
He had,
Generally, there's a goal for that.
yeah, so in his scenario, he was divorced,
Oh,
and
God.
it was an ugly divorce, but while they were together, they got used to a certain upper mid-level lifestyle, so he didn't want to leave that lifestyle, and obviously because they divorced in the middle of an upper middle level lifestyle, he has to pay as an upper
Because
middle level.
the government sucks giant bags of dicks and they
Yeah.
give all the man's money to a woman, even though they don't fucking deserve it. Because generally, those things happen 50-50.
So just for him to keep himself comfortable
That's also
in his
on the
opinion,
record.
let's screw the fact of what he wants.
Right.
For him to be able to keep himself comfortable
Right.
in his opinion and pay for some lady who didn't want to be with him anymore.
Right. And somehow deserved half of his money.
Right. And he has to work 2.5 jobs. Now, I mean, again, I would never. Honestly, if I was ever in the middle of something like that, and if my net worth was under $250,000, I'll go bankrupt in a heartbeat. I'll never work another day in my
I'll go back to a
life.
2-bedroom apartment.
Fucking
I'll drive
apartment. I'll go live in a freaking single, freaking 100 by 100
Single
cabin in
wide.
the middle of the woods.
Right.
I will live off salmon, rabbits, and freaking monkeys.
Yeah.
Like, you will not see a dime from me. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't support children. Like, if it was just me and, like, we had children, I'm taking care of the children. But the lady don't deserve nothing.
No.
If it's just me and her, and I happen to become successful, and now she doesn't like my back hair anymore and wants to leave me, and thinks she gets half the stuff. Nah.
No.
Forest.
I'll shave
monkeys,
my back.
rabbits. Yeah.
Like. No, yeah, the laws are ridiculous.
There was no kids involved in the 2.5 job guys situation. It was literally just him and her. And yeah,
So he's not even really supporting anything but her.
No,
So
and the messed up part is he was like intelligent. Like I think he did some kind of computer. I don't remember what he was doing to support the lifestyle when they were together. But he didn't have 2.5 jobs when they were together.
Right.
Like we never really fully broke it down. But like I just asked him one day. I was like, "Bro, why do you do that?" And he gave me a short synopsis. Basically, everything I just explained to you, he told me in 30 seconds.
If he has a specific lifestyle, how can you even enjoy that lifestyle?
He couldn't. Like in that short explanation, like he told me, like really, it's not worth it in the end because more often than not, he oversleeps in the parking lot of this last job that he was at before he goes to the next one. He said he may get to see his house for 12 hours every 14 days.
That's unreal.
I was like, dude,
Ridiculous.
man.
Yeah.
He's on my lottery list. If I ever win, I have forgotten his name at this point, but if I ever win, I'll figure it out. I'll pay somebody to figure out who the hell I was working with at that store at that time, and I could remember it if I saw a list of names.
Right.
So, like, I will find him. If I ever win some substantial amount of money that I'm giving it out, I will find him.
I tried to do this with this guy at Burger King one time. I went in there. Well, I watched this guy walk down the road with his baby, not in a stroller, but he was carrying a car seat to work on his way to Burger King to go to work. And I felt bad because this was when I was working at the V store. And so I had an old stroller that I had. So I took that up there to give the dude. So at least he had a stroller to walk instead of having to carry the car seat down the road. But unfortunately, the guy no longer worked there anymore. So that didn't work out. But I attempted to help one of those people in this situation. You see what I have on the screen right here? I'll point this direction. I saw this. I will look up a lot of weird facts. This right here, the oldest person on the planet at any point was born with a completely different set of humans. And they are the only one out of this entire group who is still alive. So right now, the oldest person alive, when they were born, everybody, when they were born, is now dead. And there's a whole new set of people on the planet. I started thinking about that, actually, and I'm glad I got this because just, you know, there's going to be a point, because like my grandma got to a point where she was the only one of her siblings alive.
Yeah, I was actually just about to bring that up, and it wouldn't even have to be 100 years because how many scenarios, whereas the 70, 80-year-old old person is literally the only person that they know that they met under 30.
Yeah, like they're the only ones left. There's nursing homes full of these people. They all know each other, but from their life, there's no one left.
Yeah,
all
from
your
their journeys, they all came from different directions and landed here.
All your schoolmates, all your brothers and sisters, and your moms and uncles and aunts. I mean, I'm on that last tier before once my tier starts getting wiped out, here it goes underneath me. And that's just crazy. Crazy to think. There's a lot of
Speaking of things crazy to think, so I'm watching YouTube the other day, and I pop on to Philip DeFranco, and he talks about this lady who got her kid taken away because she posted a video of her kid wrapped up in cling wrap, just for fun, you know. Shows the video of the kids like running around, wiggling around, acting like a kid, falling over, yada yada. And the comment section, as you can imagine, because everybody likes to cancel people nowadays, was like, that's abuse in the short form. And somebody, to the point that somebody or enough people contacted Child Protective Services, and Child Protective Services came and took the child until further investigation could be done. Eventually, they did get the child back with obviously no find of fault or anything like that. But the fact that enough people got up in arms about someone jokingly wrapping their child up in something, like in this case it was cling wrap, but you've never wrapped a child in a blanket or some yarn or a long rope toy or something, like that's never happened in your life.
This is part of why I'm glad. The only reason I wanted you to watch that Chris Rock thing was with the concept of
Cuba, what's up, Cuba?
What's up, Coobs? Thanks for being here, brother. Haven't seen you forever. It's because of how he mentions in the most recent stand-up, blah blah blah. Go watch. It's pretty good. It's not as funny as the one, but it's more of a story. It's like story time is what I really got out of it. But he says like how full of shit this entire, I could say world, but really this country just has got so full of shit. He calls it selective outrage, and he's not wrong. There's so much directed outrage. It's you could do this over here, but you can't do this over here. It's so ass backwards, and people think they're stupid.
Speaking of, he says he's been twerking a lot.
Just twerking hard every day.
Hey, we were just talking about what you have to do to survive in this world.
Man,
we get it, bro. We get it.
Twerk all the time.
But so I seen this thing the other day that was all like, basically, in short, I can't pull it up, or maybe I could, but in short, I'll try to pull it up after I say this. In short, it said that they didn't want men to act like women because the way women act is undesirable. I'm like, so is that you admitting that women's actions are not desirable and mostly negative? Because let's just, like, women will tell you that women are terrible.
Yes.
Terrible people.
Because they're catty.
And
your words, not mine.
Yeah. We don't know anything about women that women didn't tell us.
Yeah, I don't know anything about women. What would I know? I don't. Most recently, I don't think I do. But yeah, I don't. Women don't like other women. No, unless this is.
Everything's a competition.
And that's what turns guys into a competition, because everything guys do is for women. We do things to impress women, and then women do things to impress other women. Women don't do things to impress men.
Oh, I saw something that too. They're all like, "Oh, the social stigma that guys put on women." I was like, no. Nobody.
You put that shit on yourself.
Nobody cares that your nails are this design. Nobody cares that you have those fancy shoes.
No.
I don't care that you have that top from Shein.
No. I tell every woman I see, stop putting makeup on.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your makeup.
We're not telling you what to do.
You do whatever you want. But we're
that's
saying no pressure from us.
As this is just our opinion.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
Since you want to say that we're the reason that you have to do all these things to be determined beautiful. No, we don't care.
No. You know what determines your beauty to us?
You.
You're you. Yeah. You don't need to add extra shit. Just be a woman.
And now they're getting mad because that's what they have to do.
No, you don't.
They're like, no. Hold on. Listen. Switching gears here. Same lane, different speed. So they're getting mad that they can't just bring a pretty face to the table anymore. Because they want equality, right?
Right.
So now you have to bring something to the table. Right. I'm bringing 50 pounds, you got to bring 50 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, if
that's
if that's what
they just want to bring themselves.
Right.
They want you to lift what's on the table.
Right.
But they want to bring themselves.
Right.
And it's unacceptable that we expect them to have
equal
abilities.
Rights?
Yeah, abilities. Have your own abilities.
Right.
Bring an ability to the table. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if for you, for you, if you're cool with being the housewife, find somebody that's okay with that ability. If you want to run your own business and you want him to be 50-50 with the kids, find somebody with that ability.
That sounds good.
I'm not saying you are right or you are wrong in your thoughts, outlooks, or anything, but you have to find somebody that agrees with you.
I guarantee there's.
And hold on. I gotta say this part.
Real quick.
If nobody agrees with you, that's nobody's fault. You have a right to feel the way and want the things that you feel and want. But if nobody agrees with you, that's not their fault.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
it's not your fault. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But they're not wrong.
Doesn't mean you're going to go on Twitter and cancel them and tell them they got to close their business.
Guys are stupid. No, we're not. Nobody nobody
lives to your standards. Nobody's up to your standards. You have too high standards.
Bring a friend into this. She is successful. She is self-sustained. She is a very well-rounded package. But can't seem to find a guy that's interested in said package.
Right. But she's intimidating.
Very much so.
Yes.
Then that's
so
kind of
she
the
needs a
problem.
bigger, intimidating man.
Yeah.
That matches her intimidation level.
So I think she's got a nice boat, and she's got some good equipment, and she's got the right lures. But I don't think she's fishing in the right spot.
But she doesn't need a guy with a little dinghy. I get it.
She's
That's
in
some
the medium
humor,
fish
guys.
section. She needs to be in the large fish section.
Yeah.
Because she is large bait.
Maybe she's...
Not that she's the catch.
Most recently she's gotten here, like, is she used to this lifestyle? Or is this a new thing for her? Because if it's new, she's not used to being at that level, so she doesn't know she can go higher up on the food chain.
Let's just say she's 7 months pregnant, but single. So...
Here's another thing. Another thing Chris Rock said during the special, why are women letting all these douchebags just impregnate them? Like, what is this giant? You're just letting these guys ruin your fucking life.
Now, granted, let me say this. Through talking to her, and I have much desire for this woman. Actually, she was one of my high school crushes. So this is like as favorable towards her as I can put this. Like, it seems like she has some pretty high and some semi-unrealistic expectations.
Well, that's another thing. You have to be
that's
at a certain level.
Story.
If you bring your bar so high that no one can fucking reach that, if you bring the basketball goal so high no one can touch the rim, you're not going to get any more slam dunk. It's not going to be as good. I mean, you can't go
somebody that builds a cannon, but that's probably not going to be Elon Musk.
What's that song?
It's probably going to be Billy Bob in his backyard.
Right. What's that old song? If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. If you want my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you, because you need someone to appreciate what you have to offer, and you don't need someone who is needy. Nobody wants a needy person. Nobody wants someone hanging on their ankle as they walk out the door. But nobody wants someone so strong that they don't want you around. Again, It's all about the balance.
Yeah, and no offense to like anybody in general.
No offense. Try to cancel me.
At all. I think it's just human nature to get bored of things.
Yes.
Like,
especially nowadays.
Oh yeah, especially Like oh my God, this drives me nuts. And like, unfortunately, I really don't know what to do besides just like take away electronics altogether.
Kids.
But all Caden watches is YouTube Shorts, and that bugs the shit out of me. I'm like, you're just like, now I get it. It's really easy to get sucked into those because you come across one and you're like, ooh, that's interesting.
It's quick.
And speaking of that, oh man, I don't even think I want to say this on YouTube. Screw it. I was thinking about like a channel idea. So it would be like a tutorials type channel where you do 3 different sets of videos. You do the car manuals. It's got every single step. Take this bolt out. Move 10 millimeters down. Take that bolt out. Rotate 2 clicks counterclockwise. Use pulley to pull off. Yada yada. And then you have the 15-minute video on YouTube. That's just like, all right, you go down here, pull it off. pull that off. Take this, get that, do that. All right, put the new one in, yada yada. And so that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can make the hour-long production, just like almost zero cuts.
5-minute video.
Yeah, like it just like zero cuts or strategic cuts. Maybe not film you going from the top of the car to the bottom of the car, but the 90% detail, and then you have the presentation summary. Like, okay, this is what you do. Maybe like a detailed slideshow. Like, you're going to be down here. You're going to want this tool. Yada yada. And then you have like a 2 to 5 minute video that's literally just like a list of things you need, maybe some pictures and explanations on the hard part if there is one.
I mean, that'd be more like a picture guide. I mean, it's a book.
Pretty much. Like, that's what I was thinking. Just like something you could follow along with, just to like imagine going on a road trip and having a book of landmarks, but not a full map.
Right.
So like that's like, so if you're generally directionally inclined and you can figure out which way you need to go, and then you can just make sure what.
Why does that not pop up? Watch that.
Maybe it's.
Did you see it?
I got you playing, but.
Kuba, I see what you said. That is fantastic. The only thing I got left is my Vulcan. They're still building. I post all the crap on Twitter. The Medium articles. He's doing another AMA in a couple days. The beta is live. We could show that here in just a second. If you're still there, Coobs, if you type in Vulcan trace, just search, Vulcan trace, space trace. At the bottom. There it is, yep. We can see right here. Here's they've done almost 260,000. I saw it from last week. It's like over 100,000 total blocks they patched. So the beta is live. They're still moving forward. It's taking a little bit longer than expected, but again, they're building a rebasing blockchain. They've already got projects, and the Medium articles are out there. Vulcan, I haven't talked to you. Vulcan is so they were going to call it the new blockchain Safu X, but they got off that stigma of the Safu because everybody was hating on them so much. They just went with Vulcan. So now it's called Vulcan Blockchain. And this is Brian's baby. This is what he's doing. I have 1,800 of these sitting, waiting to go. It's supposed to start at $9 a pop. The fire pit will start at 83 or 85%. Wait a minute, where's the type in Vulcan blockchain? There, aha. So right here's at the bottom. So a fire pit starting at 83.5%. So the circulating supply is only going to be like 53 or 58 million or something like that. So it's not going to be a lot. And it's, of course, going to burn. It's not going to burn at such a fast rate as that 200,000%. It's a 44% APR. They're going to have this daily fixed flex right here. Fixed flex, which goes into I think, this power pool. So you can pull this as long as what you're pulling is more than your gas fees. Essentially, every time you take rewards on any token, you want to make sure you have enough gas, and you can pay for the gas. But whatever you get, again, they're starting $9 a piece, so that's pretty epic, and it's gonna burn. And this blockchain automatic revenue sharing is this new technology he's integrating into this rebasing blockchain. And as you can see over here, the average block time is 4 seconds. So the transactions to transfer to do any sort of, I mean, you know how long it takes to transfer Bitcoin and how much it costs to transfer Ethereum? They're solving issues of that nature. So 4 seconds. That's pretty amazing. So yeah, so that's what is happening with what was Safu, now is Vulcan. So they said it should be done. They fucking make up. Yeah, fucking make up. Fucking make. Was that back when we were talking about the girls?
Yeah.
Why is it just now caught up?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, it's a layer. No, layer. Yes, it's layer 2. I think, at least. There's something in here about this. Yes. I mean, you can read the white paper right here.
VulcanBlockchain.com.
VulcanBlockchain.com.
And then you can see it on the screen.
You can see it on the screen.
They can't right now.
So this is what they're doing. So they're just released the beta test note on March 1st. Oh snap! Crack on pop. Sorry, I heard you say that. And I just registered in my head what you did. But this is what they're doing. They launched on March 1st. The beta test net, so it started. And sometime in quarter 2, it all says quarter 2. It's supposed to be done with all these. They're just calling, using fancy words, zeta, epsilon, delta. These are phases they're going to run through. So once this is where they like it, they're going to add in the faucet. So they're going to start using test. You can actually get the test Vulcan contract address right now. You can see it. You can put it in your wallet. You can look at it right now on the Vulcan network and simulated light nodes. So once they get all that done, they're going to start, because people have the nodes, they're going to start testing the nodes from the people in their houses, and everybody should be having their setup. Then Skyway partners, which are all the partnerships they've been talking about to branch out on their launch pad. I think they're going to start either advertising or getting them involved, locked into the actual blockchain. And then here we go. GVOL. GVOL is what we're going to, anybody who sacrificed, we're getting a 1-to-1. GVOL is a governance token, which will have essentially voting rights. It doesn't rebase. There will not be any more made. You're only going to get a 1-to-1, and the other ones are just going to be destroyed. So eventually it'll have value, but it's more of an internal thing. So like Binance has BNB, but then it has BSC inside their network. So I'm assuming it's going to be similar on those lines where internally it's going to have value. It won't come out the gate with value, but they will have opinion rights when it comes to aspects of the blockchain. And then everybody will also get Oxy, which I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's Brian's swap. I think kind of like a pancake swap. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And they're going to, it's not a 1-for-1, but they're going to get a little bit of Oxy, everybody, based on what you have. Here comes marketing stage 4, because they're already doing a lot of marketing. He dropped a crap ton of marketing in the past 2 weeks. There's been a lot going on. And then exchange listings and mainnet. So again, this is all still in quarter 2. CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. Hopefully that's all completed by then. And here's again all the Medium posts. This is just all the stuff. March 1st, February 27th, February 26th, 23rd, 19th. So we've just been dropping ads. And what I love is everybody says, "Oh, they're paid ads." Well, yeah, of course. Again, they're paid ads. How do you think Nike advertises? Nobody does that shit for free. Like, you've got to pay to advertise.
Right. Like, so just a quick breakdown using YouTube as the simplest form of this. So for YouTube, you have to show that you have this much influence.
Yeah.
I can show this many people your product.
Yeah.
So how much will you pay me to show this many people your product?
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how advertising works.
They talk about, the one you've heard about is how much Super Bowl commercials cost. What do you think gets that money?
Yeah.
It costs them to produce the Super Bowl, but we're not talking about that part.
Yeah.
We're talking about the part of how much it costs to put your
The 30
thing
second
you put
ad.
together
Yeah.
on the TV.
Yeah. And
You
then
have to pay the TV people to have your thing put. Normally, how do you get your song on the radio?
Yeah.
It has
if you're
to
not
bring
big,
attention.
Yeah, you got to pay.
If you have a bad,
you got to pay a DJ.
Yeah.
That's what a lot. In fact, late 90s, early 2000s. That's what 90% of the rappers were doing. That's what part of their hustle was. We're going to a club and trying to get their song played over the loudspeaker. You want to put yourself out there. Now, with social media, it's a little easier to get your name out there. So,
speaking of easy to get your name out there, rich people like to say, oh, well, it's so easy to make a comfortable amount of money if you just put in the effort. There's this dude that I've grown pretty fond of on TikTok, and he's just at work making pizzas. Now, maybe I have a soft spot for pizza because that's the longest profession I've ever had, but I don't know. And so he's obviously made the TikTok because it's Ian's Pizza whatever. Sorry, let me look it up so I can shout this guy out properly. But sometimes there are other people on the live stream because obviously he doesn't work every day.
Right. I thought about that myself.
When he's not on the live stream, I'm like, where's Tattoo Guy?
We're broadcasting our live milk stacking.
Mr. Breaker, the pizza maker on TikTok. You will recognize him as the tall, skinny dude with tattoos. So I hate to put this together, but mix Eminem and MGK, and you get an idea of what this dude is. No offense to the guy or anything.
MGM.
MGM. Like, let me see if he's got.
That's hilarious.
I mean.
No, but the hustle and the flow. Like, it's all about put your name out there. Yeah, it's all about. You got to advertise. If you don't pay, you got to do it for free. And if you don't do it, if you're doing it for free, you got to put in time. You're still paying something. If you're not paying money, you're paying time. And that's, I don't think a lot of people understand that. I had artists talking about like making art. Like, how do you get started? How do you get started? Well, make an Instagram, make a TikTok. Right. It all sounds like it's child's play, but if you want to advertise something, put your name out there. People know me as BabyJesus because I put my name out there. Not everybody. I'm not like a C, D, or E list celebrity.
Yeah, but then, going back to the rappers, like, sometimes they get their start selling their CDs out of the back of the car.
Out of the back of a car.
Out of a gas CDs station. Out of the back of a car. You drive around.
You put in the time. You make the CDs.
And it's even easier now. Like
Tech Nine used to do that crap selling CDs out the trunk of his car in Kansas City. That's real stuff.
Now you use Tom McDonald as the 21st century selling CDs out of the back of your car because he does sell CDs. He puts his music out on YouTube.
Yes.
And then
this is
music places.
This is his trunk.
And then you through the internets buy a CD and you get a CD.
Yeah, with social media, it makes it a little bit easier to get yourself out there. So you can people can know you in foreign countries now, as opposed to just around your block. So,
and I think what keeps most people from being successful is I have to do it on my own mentality. And maybe that's society's fault because on the back end of I for me is you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So
it's not like Beyonce's writing all of her songs.
Right, no doubt. And even like in the car community, it's did he build it? Like, did you build your house?
Right.
Did you frame it?
Right.
Did you put the roof on it?
Right.
Did you put all the electrical stuff in there? Did you plumb the toilets?
Yeah, you might.
No, you didn't.
You might have grilled the bacon, but did you kill the pig? Like.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
It takes a village.
If they paid for it, if they can drive it. Now, if they paid $150,000 and crashed it in the first week into a wall, they're an idiot. But if they pay $150,000 and drive that thing like a boss, does it matter? Doesn't matter. Clearly, he has the skill, but he has the skill to drive, but maybe he doesn't have the skill to build.
Right.
I could build most of a house, but I can tell you one thing: I can't wire a thing to save my life. That thing will burn down.
So
do I force myself to do it, or do I hire an electrician?
Right. So what we were talking about, like with the advertising, you have to pay somebody to do it. You don't run it. Nobody runs every website. Amazon pays other people to advertise.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Walmart pays other people.
What is affiliate marketing?
Yeah. So you those little things at the bottom of your screen right there. Somebody paid that person on that website owner to put that shit at the bottom of the screen. So that's what Brian has to do. They have to be able to advertise, and they have to get their face out there. No coin, crypto, no anything gets attention. The only company that I can say that I know of that has never advertised is Arizona Tea. Show me an Arizona Tea commercial.
Show me a Lamborghini advertisement.
That's true too. There's no also Tesla, same thing. No Tesla does
same thing. No Tesla advertisement. Show me a Rolex advertisement.
But Arizona, that's why their tea has been so cheap for so long, because they don't pay to advertise.
Right. And we were just talking about this before the show too, was transferred debt, so to speak. So when somebody goes to a company and acquires all this debt and then bails and doesn't pay, like the money.
What do the company lose?
Yeah.
And we were discussing.
And even something more people will understand. A lot of people were talking about when they were handing out the stimulus checks.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's not just coming from nowhere.
Yeah, I'm getting jack shit for my tax return this year.
Yeah.
Jack shit.
I mean, we're definitely down. We were under like $6,000.
I don't even know what that means. I got $22.
I'm sorry.
22. That's not even.
And I'm very grateful for the money that we get.
I don't get jack shit.
Kids, and
$22. Fuck the government. Long live crypto.
2023, and I filed my first tax return in 2008. So that's 25 years. 15. Sorry, I don't math. I math
all the time.
15 years.
I'm a math.
So for 15 years, my tax return, or our collective tax return, because for 15 of these years I've been with my partner, our collective tax return has gone up every year until this one. So last year we got over 10K, and not like a little over 10K, like a good bit over 10K. And then this year, I was like projecting damn near 15. I was like, man, if we don't hit 15 or like 14.7 this year, I'm going to be upset. And I think we just barely squeaked under 10. Like, we didn't even hit 5 digits. And I was hot. Now, granted, we did do some like advances and stuff like that. But
never
if you factor in
my life have I got anywhere near that. Ever. I don't think I've ever gotten over $1,800. And again, this year I got $22.
That really.
I didn't even file because what's the point? Because I have to pay more out than my tax return fucking comes in. Because you have to pay for the service. It's not like it's free. All those free service shit that you see out there, that's not real. There's no free fucking anything in this world. They're going to cut off your finger before they give it to you for free. So, yeah. Eat a dick, government. Long live crypto. That's all I have to say about that shit. I bet you even if I got to claim my kid, there's no fucking way that the government. You need to have like 3 kids like you do, and apparently not be married like you do. And in the government eyes, because it came under her name, right? This isn't like your shit. Like, you guys don't combine your taxes.
No.
Right. Because if you did, you wouldn't get that. Because you're a minority. That's candid.
Oh, what did I get? Yeah, we're going to edit that out afterwards. No, I got a decent amount that you know, I had to go deal with the IRS.
A part of it,
mind you.
Yeah.
Let me just touch on the IRS real quick, and I'm not going to go on that standard.
Make it quick because we're at the end.
Yeah, it's not going to be the standard. Oh, the IRS will rape your buttholes tangent. Went to a building in my city, local to me, and you did kind of go in this small room. Like, think of the office at a high school, and you go into, in my situation, into a cubicle, and you sit down with this lady that you know has just been drained of all joy in her life. She's sat in that same chair, in that same position, breathing that same air for 30 years. She had plaques.
Her butthole so bad.
She's got a plaque on the wall, 30 years of service. I'm like, the kids have probably done moved out. The cat probably died. And
under her butt.
Yeah. And like, no offense to this lady, it's for the overall experience of having to go to the IRS office and sit down and deal with the IRS. Not that bad. But that poor lady, her soul, gone.
Yeah. What if she can claim her soul every year on her taxes?
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she gets an allowance for her soul from the government.
Show on the chart where we touched you this year. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's pie time right in the middle of the show. Check that shit out.
Let's see if we can find.
Yeah, did you see in pie? I know it's here at the end and nobody's really paying attention anymore, but they have over. Let me read this right here. Let me make sure. Yeah, 360 different applications ready to go on Pi's mainnet. That's different companies, businesses ready to use Pi to complete transactions around the world.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking big.
That is pretty big. So I just looked up what that soulless lady makes a year potentially.
Oh God.
And it's approximately $70,000 a year to have that chair smell like her butthole.
For eternity.
I mean, because the office was so small, like I honestly think it was just her there. Like all the stuff she had up on the wall, it was only her name. Like that's her office. Like if she stays home sick, the office is closed.
That is her home then as well.
It is. Like, she probably slept in the back around the corner behind that filing cabinet.
Sharon, could you bring me breakfast?
Like,
oh my.
No, I didn't even see another desk. Like there's just.
No, there's a tiny Sharon in her drawer. She keeps a gremlin, a Sharon gremlin. She's open. Sharon, are you in there? Could you bring me a pencil?
Like, man.
Could you bring me a form 18639?
And mind you, this was an interior building or an interior room of the building. So there's no windows to look out of. Nothing. Like she's just in this cubicle every day. Like I would stare at. I had to go back like 3 or 4 times because I could never bring enough documentation.
Did it smell nice in there?
Neutral smell. When the standard government issue office smell.
That's a standard smell. I think it comes with every
government issue facility. Item. Yeah, like,
I've been in those rooms.
It's so weird. Why does it smell like nothing? Nothing.
I remember the smell of the Air Force facility, or it's like the feel of the walls around you, and you don't know it in the moment. Like you're not fully aware of what you're feeling because there's just something about this area. Like, but I can remember sitting and just, wow, there's an essence about this place.
That's exactly how sitting in that lady's waiting room was like. Like again, that filing cabinet, I'd always look like I'd just look around it when she's typing away on the computers. I'd look at her plaques, and you could just tell, like. I don't know. Yeah, there was something ingrained in the place, but you can't put your finger on it. Like, there's something here.
She's probably looked at guys, girls, all of the above, none of the above, whatever you want to fucking call your weird self.
Sorry, our YouTube moderator.
Yeah, the only one left. Thanks for being here. Thanks for making it in the show, Kuba. Thanks for being here for a few minutes. I don't know where the hell you just went. Props on the Bitcoin. I hope you keep at it up. Because I need to do something like that too. I'm just choking on thin air over here. But you guys have been great. If you made it here in the future, make sure you subscribe, get the bell on, and be part of the live show. As you can tell, if you pop in here, we will actually talk to you because that's what we like to do. And if you're not here, we'll just talk to ourselves because that's also what we like to do. So make sure you're here next week and the weeks after and all the other weeks and months because we're going to do other stuff. We've got plans once this Vulcan launches.
Speaking of plans, I was going to bring that up earlier. After clipping that last piece of the show about the goat, I definitely need my own mic. So we're going to make that happen.
We're going to get you a mic?
Soon.
Okay.
Like,
we need to do that.
Being far away,
doesn't help at all.
No.
We're also, I want to clip the whole thing about the Vulcan thing on this episode.
Gotcha.
I think every episode we'll just start doing that. We'll just start grabbing it. When I get enough, we'll put it on the TikTok. But anyway, BabyJesus816 everywhere, social media. You guys have been great. Thanks for being here. Keep watching. Keep living. What do I say every week? Only you need to be as you.
And I've already said live it fully every day. So today I'll say life is too short to not be doing what you want to do.
Enjoy yourself, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace.